possible for G2. Bit of Astra utility going down, trying to clear some of these angles. But it's going to be tricky now. mixwell trying to use this opportunity, but Derke all the way from the back of Hookah creates a bit more space for his team on this post plant.
They've got room to maneuver with at least. Fnatic, 2 players on long, ready to play those post plants with the snake bites on their way. And that's going to seal up a lot of the time. Magnum in trouble. There's the peek. What? Magnum! He gets away with both of them! He was 5 HP. For the defenders of G2. 2 players, 3 in fact, swinging out, catching them by surprise. Good damage with classics in hand. Now they have to fight back in, a 2-man disadvantage, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with what they've managed to get out of this round already over on the G2 side.
mixwell trying to see if he can get like a pixel angle. His position is going to be given up. Magnum is staring him down, even closer the distance, but it's the double peek from Mistic that actually clears it up. Have taken a good brunt of damage. paTiTek can maybe add to that. He was hoping to maybe get a player in the plant in spike position, but they changed it up the other side of the truck.
Dreams pyth. He hadn't got a clue what was about to hit him. Sat there in his astral form, and now he can stay there for the rest of the game. Magnum isolates mixwell and takes him down. Even more going their way. This is ridiculous. Fnatic here to play, but ozzy, the IGL of G2, new to the roster, is the one doing damage. He won't last long. The snake bite at his feet makes sure of that. An ardiis by himself, 1v3. Oh, the utility to play against. A snake bite poison orb post plant. Molly from Brimstone as well, and indeed a shot and realized it. Well, no, he keeps on going. But through the TP is what I presumed. He's on site though. He's going to be tagged up. He makes what? He's harassing them, man. He's keeping everybody on A. They are even starting to rotate to A. He's got a kill, and they're out on the B side. Boaster lurking, but oh no! pyth, nothing else happens. pyth gets the triple to close the round out. Boaster did such a good job there every single time. The smoke up top allows Doma to sit inside of it. He's going to drop down to site and see nobody. They're looking for this plant. And oh, paTiTek, come on. And leave them alone at this stage. That was through the wall. mixwell with another, and it's left into a clutch situation. Derke, oh, he's about to wreck them. Coming out of the side, they had no idea. paTiTek, the big player for this team so far. He's taken a close range fight. He's made his way to site. Barrel spotted, swing, and a third. Down to just... He wants to catch a side angle. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in danger, and he's dead from the ultimate. Doma! Oh my god, he just runs into it, doesn't give a damn, but he's in a pretty good position now. They clearly don't expect him to be here, but he still gives it up. A 5v3, there's no need to overextend and give them possible advantages. Instead, he makes the wise choice of coming back where his teammate can trade him, or he his teammate. And G2 are left in a spot where pushing in is going to be pretty tough. There's the first, there's the swing by his teammate, and so it's easy peasy. Time to get that push back underway. Going into Viper's Pit's never going to be ideal, especially when it's Mistic on the other side, but mixwell with a quick double gives them that opportunity to make a move. Eventually, he's taken down. Mistic, oh, spammed inside of the Viper's Pit. He makes it away, but he's all by himself in a 1v3. Uses the orb to push out. Well played. Another player coming for him, though, and eventually they claim the kill and the round. G2 with the defuse here. I have to say, it's considering
this spike planted, but there's still 3 people of G2 alive, one of which is paTiTek, and he's going for the flank.
He is indeed. paTiTek coming up behind. Derke shuts down ardiis to start it off, and mixwell in the position that he's in, it's basically a 1vx. He's buying time as much as he can to allow paTiTek to get that backstab, but with an operator in hand, he can't really make that much noise. If he shoots off, they're just going to peek him, they'll take him down. And as he moves forward, oh, that's very unfortunate. He's been spotted. paTiTek up behind, dealt with after just one, and a clean round there. And I think that for the most part, it's been a fairly aggressive push by Fnatic. Shuts down defenses, pretty much what we're seeing here. And then they're left, oh, hold on. ozzy on the side swipe. He catches Doma with mixwell's double. They're right back in it. They're here to fight. Fnatic decided to rotate, but it doesn't matter because paTiTek off screen just dominates Mistic, and so the spike is left, sat in mid, going, what the hell do I do? Really nice round from G2, and from mixwell in particular, shutting down that push inside a bathroom.
It's an area that Fnatic have felt that they can get for free to some extent. Derke just looking away at the worst time. And Boaster's going to try and halt things as they happen with the Molotov. The gravity well's going to make things awkward, forces him to face up, but Magnum on the elbow is clearing up so far. Even when G2 are going into them head on, Fnatic are just immovable.
Yeah, this defense has been solid. Just one man sideswiping gives the ability for kill after kill to come in. And pyth by himself, well, he gets the first, but how much more can he expect? Magnum's low HP, his teammates here to trade, though. Look at them swing, look at them go, and a good attempt by pyth, but in the end, it gets nothing.
It's a great chance for G2 to sort of pull themselves back into it. 3 rounds down, 8-5, and mixwell's wasted absolutely no time to come in. Doma, waiting patiently, doesn't give away his position after being fully flashed from the sky. Means that G2 have the player advantage as they go in for the execute, but Boaster has been missed by the Aldron coming through. Gets 1 kill onto paTiTek, knows where Ozzy is, and makes sure he goes down as well with a spike.
Being spotted on the backside, they wanted to go for the wall. Bangs! Oh, there's the double peek. Nice stuff from Derke. pyth left alone, but with Derke so low, if he can find this kill to Mistic, it's definitely doable. Doesn't even
scary. I got to cast to see the match of G2 versus Vitality. Yeah, there was never a thrifty round that didn't go the way of the thrifty team. Fnatic, however, much more well drilled. They're not giving any chances, any leeway for this G2 team for them to exploit, but they have left lamps open for the attackers to take. Getting this spike planted might be a bit challenging. You can see Fnatic almost wrapping around onto where G2 are playing from, and as soon as these smokes drop, they're out in the open. Boaster actually quickly getting traded out from Ardiis, but Derke's on the hunt. Going to try and grab up the ultimate orb as Doma's got his ult, and he gets swatted out of the sky from mixwell. He was just predicting it, and Fnatic now going on the aggression with the teleporter is going to get traded out from Ozzy, but Fnatic are aggressing onto G2. This is an unreal showing for them, but it's still a 2 versus 2, and G2 in a nice position to take it.
Yeah, they definitely are. They've got the weaponry advantage right now. G2 pushing into the A site, but they TP right away. Boaster not quite in the perfect position, but he's going to use his ult to keep them back. Force the fight. That's so smart by Boaster. That's the spike down. He has the molly to pop out towards main. It doesn't cover all the way, though. They can position themselves to put the wall down. ozzy wants to grab that spike for free. What's he doing? He's pumping a heal. Guy's pretending there's no one left alive. I don't know what that was. Boaster's at least going to be blocked out from getting away.
Players. If you're in a clutch scenario like that on the attack, you want to buddy up. So the fact that Boaster separated it is so key, and ardiis with a ghost can't get much before Magnum shuts it down yet again.
With Boaster taking down ozzy, G2's pistols again seem to fall flat. Mistic, oh, a little bit of damage. Snakebite soon to follow and push paTiTek into the open for a nice free kill. They've been quite underwhelming. And it's not just the match you were talking about, Ryan. Even in the history of G2, it's always been something that we could look at them to win was when they had these weaker weapons, when they half-bought or even just ecoed with a few upgrades. They were a dangerous team, but right now Fnatic are dealing with them so easily. We're set to hit 12 rounds, and G2, it needs 7 in a row just to get to overtime. And, well, that's not too likely.
Flawless as well. He's been performing really well in the open qualifiers. Hasn't necessarily been as on it today. Magnum faces up to paTiTek. The showstopper gets Mistic, but it also takes mixwell out of the server for now too. Now the Seeker's going to explode to really put that pressure back onto G2, onto the back foot. And whilst mixwell's brought back in, Doma gets rid of pyth.
This is man advantage. So much damage done. G2 in trouble as ozzy falls. ardiis and mixwell, the final 2 players remaining. And it doesn't look like they'll really get all too much done with mixwell spotted in the open and the last man alive. 5 HP. That is it. Fnatic, they have come in here and they have dominated from the get-go on Bind. Mixwell, I don't know how he doesn't die there. Caught with his knife out. But the time is too low. Surely the molly, he avoids it. This man is just toying with death and somehow staying alive. Oh, I like that play. It's a good idea to stay here, but surely doesn't get it. 2 kills for mixwell, but in the end, they swing. I could feel.
And just a kill, backing off, retaking that space, using both the door and also the wall. Derke, just through the smoke, gets the ghost headshot. He knows where G2 are trying to push him, and he just keeps backing off. He's isolating these fights one by one, and he can easily get the ace onto pyth, but no, he has to go ruin it. But doma is
pushed aside and look for the plant. They've got a flank coming in from ardiis as well, who's about to catch two completely unaware. There's the first, and with a healed up doma, dodging the bullets, a third kill for doma comes in. Man advantage sits with them. They have a sheriff retrieved, and paTiTek, while he'll sit down in spawn, ozzy closes up and turns his back. They shouldn't expect paTiTek to be here, but it looks like they do, and now he's in trouble, being pursued. The smoke down as he closes the distance and looks for a close range fight. Just on the other side is Boaster, but now they've realized exactly where he is. Well played by Fnatic. Only one player lost, really, because Fnatic have a pretty rough retake. The only thing I will say is Derke, still having the Blade Storm to play with, could be pretty huge if he didn't get shot in the head by ozzy.
Yeah, I knew what you were about to talk about as he died as well, but G2 are now making this work for them. Lining up on aggressive angles. It's tricky for Fnatic to clear, but doma is going to bring up the resurrect. It's going to force ozzy to play a bit more aggressive, and it works challenge thus far, but it's still a 4v4 nonetheless, but time is slowly starting to tick away.
And it is. The spams down below, not netting them anything, and ozzy quick to shut down Magnum up above. This is going to be an unfortunate round, considering the HP of some of these guys on G2. ardiis in particular, as well as mixwell, are super low, and Mistic, we should be on for one. Oh my god, that was awkward. They'll take death to the spike over saving to work with. If they had a Hunter's Fury, no doubt it would have been popped. G2 on their way up through short. That blind is so good. Boaster shock darting the corner to force the player out into the open. Although he gets tagged, oh, he's in trouble. Boaster, they know exactly where he is. They'll swing on him, but his teammates come in to save the day and help out. This is nice. This is exactly what we wanted to see from Fnatic. With ardiis on 70 HP, what more can he really do?
He could have isolated those fights one by one, but smart play from Magnum to help
from doma. But mixwell's already out. They have no idea about it, but he gets nothing for his trouble. Doma keeps on going. 2 kills before a shock dart ultimately takes him down. Mistic is TP to backside. Oh no, Boaster doesn't even take the shot.
Going out.
I thought that was a kill, but no, instead, now they're in trouble. The rotate to the A side is underway, and a plan's sure to come in.
And they get the information, at least, of where G2 are going to try and play this post plan. Interesting stuff from ardiis, all the way in the defender's spawn. But it's Boaster that brings the 3v3 towards their favor. ardiis punishing Magnum and will continue to do so. Now a 2 versus 1. Boaster has it all to do. The shock dart in on the corner to try and clear it. Can isolate paTiTek, but it's sloppy. He still manages to win it. But now ardiis is the one with the pole position. The shock dart's in a nice spot. But ardiis is just better. A crazy 4K control themselves. Now Derke is going to add to that chaos. Peeking around this angle. Gets it onto paTiTek. Boaster's there in support. But these last players are going to be dotted all around the map as Mistic gets the jump-in headshot onto mixwell. And now pyth trying to isolate these fights, but Fnatic peeking from 2 different directions.
No armor for paTiTek and 10 HP for pyth. This is going to be a tough one. Defending in the back of the site, being spotted, wallbangs coming through, and in fact, Mistic straight into the corner on ozzy. He hadn't even been spotted. That's a prediction shot that works out with pyth in the corner. He's actually got a good angle, but they've spotted him on the swing. Derke good for the trade, and paTiTek's in a 1v2. He's got low HP and a sheriff. They still haven't seen him, though. They have no idea where he is. Peeking out wide for the headshot, but Boaster saves the day. That could have been a very awkward fight in the end, but Fnatic will take 6.
I don't know if it was just kind of an in-the-moment thing for Derke, but the fact that Derke moves from a position...
Destroying utility, now moving down the stairs. They don't know where Magnum's gone, and they find out pretty quickly. Boaster just runs through the smoke, but what happened? It falls apart so quickly. paTiTek, ozzy, pyth, every single fight they could take, they did, and successfully to leave Mistic by himself. They know where he is as well. They can hear that Vandal ringing out in the distance. He has to go for it. And there's 2 players. There's 2 players in spawn. Why would there be 2? He is dead as can be. 6-6. As G2 gear up for this retake, they know exactly where Cypher is. Drop down. Mixwell's good for a 1-for-1 trade. pyth with another. Here's where paTiTek comes out to play, but he might not even be needed. Oh, in fact, he's dealt with. Doma coming in with the headshots and the round. A 3K, a 1v3 clutch. How has he gotten away with that one? Topsy-turvy. Oh, paTiTek, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. He's dropping down. He's got to the side, and he's got to the planter, but doma luckily saves his life. That could have been very awkward.
Derke finds a nice angle onto Ozzy, who was too busy checking on the plant spot. Seeing info play from Fnatic leaves himself a little bit open. And mixwell, with the Marshall, tries to dash forward and finds himself on an angle with two Fnatic players looking at him. And this buy has really gone south for G2. pyth with the bookies knows where Magnum is. The information was garnered, and even on a run like this, Derke is able to get the triple kill. He's more focusing towards mid. Garden's under a lot of pressure. Doma's going to continue to push him. Could have lined up a few more kills there, but G2 have it covered. They know that Magnum's now lurking, but Magnum still manages to survive. Tall order now for G2. Two players, well, just one player now. pyth's going to try and isolate that fight against Magnum. The tripwire is going to make it a bit more of a pain in the backside. But this is going to be a tough old retake now. Fnatic playing from various different angles, and pyth more than likely going to be trying to save the gun here.
Yeah, there's no way he goes for that. 1v3, you'll lose a Vandal. Not worth it at all. And he's going to play the exit. He can't even do that. Mistic takes him down. Oh, what a heartbreaking round for G2. Yeah, we'll just say you killed him. Don't worry about it. But the Stinger in play obviously was supposed to be a backup weapon. They're not ready for the wall-up play. They're not ready for the Stinger. They're not about ready for anything. The classic kill on sight, but with that spike to be planted in a 1v4. This is a round that you can pretty much write off. The question is, can ardiis get damage done? And no, he can't. He had the timing on Doma, but Doma just turned around. Incredibly successful for him. For G2 getting back into this site, they have the man disadvantages. They need to find all the control, all the duels. They're worried about being main. Boaster goes down to the op. Okay, it's a good start. What more can they do? Let's see. Derke is there with the knives in hand. He gets himself one. Looks for the final player of mixwell. I don't even know that oh, yeah, he's found him. He's found him, and he's after him. One after another, they're going in, barely missing him. The classic out. A decent fight for mixwell somehow. And a 1v1 that he can't win. Time is too low. He gets shot in the end. Doma will fall to the spike, but at that point, it just doesn't matter, does it? 12-6. We said this map
G2 really need to respond. We need to see that tenacity from 2020, and we really need to see it now as this execute is starting to come in. Fnatic down players, and pyth is there to at least save them for this one. It's just going to be Boaster left alive.
They survive at least a little bit longer, Ryan, and they're going to struggle to get this A side at all, normally, but in fact, G2 have decided to even play a retake. I don't even see what that's off of. They don't have a Hunter's Fury, they don't have anything to really work with. Instead, they're going to pop out the recon that gets destroyed and then push through the smoke. How is that the reaction? Anyway, it works, I guess.
This is, I guess, where we
sight. Fnatic should know that's going to come through, but they're happy to commit to it. ardiis picking up the opening, and the Hunter's Fury getting them absolutely nothing. Never mind, it's baited ardiis into using his. Magnum wants to push through, but the spam is there, and a 2v4. Fnatic, again, struggling to close this one out. I like that from Derke, the updraft over. They expect him, though. They heard that updraft. They know he's around here. One kill. B-side is his, but if he got that frag, maybe they can get it done. Instead, oh, I saw pyth just taking out his weapon. I thought it was free. Destroy that wall, and ozzy has no idea the blade storm's on its way. Derke not able to take him down, but he can't get out of there alive. Not a chance as he's shut down. Wall up, res up, and Derke's back alive, but maybe not. paTiTek, look at that triple, keeping G2 alive in this one. Any chance of them taking over this one on the Fnatic side is pretty much out the window. Boaster, the final remaining player, he hasn't even got a rifle, and as he attempts to remedy that, he falls. 11. There's the paranoia, looking for an opponent, but Derke, he's already updrafted. He's already on the site and taking a backstab. mixwell in a bit of trouble now, stuck over by the button. Comes around with the right click, but it misses. Fnatic 4 versus 2. G2 on their knees. They have to make this retake work. The ultimates are nigh on non-existent. The last thing that they have to play with is going to be Cypher's ult, but it's being used against them. Fnatic have all the info to play with. They have the post plants. And G2 mounting this retake. They have plenty of time to play with, but they're stalling. They're not finding anything. Fnatic aren't giving them opportunities. The camera delays it even further as pyth takes his steps out. Boaster is biding his time. He doesn't want to peek too early and get caught off, but now as they move forward, it's his time to peek. Magnum and Boaster